Guys, we have a problem with the Land Cruiser. Take a listen. It is squeaking in reverse, very loud, $73,000 vehicle. It seems like upon first start, it squeaks really bad when you put it into reverse. The Tundra hybrid, Sequoia hybrid, all these hybrids have had this issue from Toyota. They have TSBs with them, so most likely this will have that eventually as well. Before we get the trailer, I have this set up to do a little test. You guys may have seen the solar panels as I was backing out, but this is from Jackery, today's video sponsor, and we'll touch on it real fast, and then again once we get the trailer. So as you guys can see right here with the solar panel input, we are getting 153 watts, and we're only doing an output right now of 56 watts with the Jackery through the AC, trying to power up this Iceco fridge. And on the side over here of the fridge, we are at 63 degrees. I literally just plugged it in and 84, and we are trying to get down to 36 degrees on each side. So we'll let this thing stay plugged in as we go up to Yoda Mafia, catching that beautiful Florida sun. So we will go ahead and reset the MPGs, and we are gonna do the same trip up from my house without the trailer and then with the trailer to see just how good this Land Cruiser is towing. This vehicle can tow upwards of 6,000 pounds, and this trailer fully loaded and stuff, I think is like 22 or 23. So it says we are about 44 miles away. Heading on to the Mid-Bay Bridge now, bit of acceleration going 50 to 55. That's the speed limit on this bridge. And then after this will be pretty much highway speed to the rest of the way there. Starting to get into Crestview, got some traffic, but we are at 20.9 now miles per gallon with a distance traveled of almost 30 miles. But the cool thing about a hybrid, even though we're hitting all this traffic and stuff, you could see the RPM gauge, it's completely off. This is real life. I'm not gonna try to hyper mileage or do a loop or anything like that. It's traffic right now. Getting on to the 10 freeway now. Then we'll probably be going about 70 to 75 the whole time on the 10. Pulling into Yoda Mafia, see the trailer right there, along with some of the Saab cars, the new Tacoma that Ryan's been working on, but we got the trailer, and whoop, pulling up, we are at 21.3 miles per gallon. All right, so if you're gonna tow with your Land Cruiser, this is where your tow hitch is. So you have to get yourself a little pry tool, flathead screwdriver if you want, and then up underneath you'll see these two like little plastic things. Just kind of gotta pop those off, and then after those are off, this plastic cover will just kind of pull away from the bumper just like that, revealing your whole hitch. Now Toyota does give you like a little plastic plate up here if you're going to be towing with your Land Cruiser a lot. There's like a little plastic plate that'll go up here to make it look somewhat better, just a little bit better. So we have the normal hitch receiver right here, and then it's pretty thick on the sides. Well, when you lift this up in here, mine came with a longer through bolt right here for your receiver because it is a little bit bigger. You could tell how much longer this one is than this one. Blue line for where our hitch is at. We're gonna try and line it up. Emergency brakes right here. I'm gonna wrap it one time. I don't typically like doing that, but it does hang pretty low. There are some reviewers that had issues with the electrical here. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a 4Runner owner, so I'm used to it being in a horrible location. It is a little bit close to the exhaust to my liking, but that wasn't that bad to hook up the cables of this and then the electronics right there to the pin connector. The gross vehicle weight rating is 2990, so almost 3,000 pounds. It's saying that it detects a trailer. It turned off all of our stuff, so me being in reverse, if I try to go backwards with it, it's not yelling at me because it automatically turned off all those parking sensors, which is pretty nice. Let's go on over to the towing screen that I have set up. We got our trans temp stuff over there. And then we also have our electronic brake right here. And to get there, I went ahead and went into the settings all the way down at the bottom, vehicle settings, pressed OK. Make your way to brake type right here, press and hold OK. And then I did electronic 0 to 4,900 pounds because the trailer itself is about 3,000. And the sun is pretty much setting for the solar panels to be working, but they're still kind of drawing in 4 watts right there. And you can see that the output is 0 right now because the fridge is kind of just chilling. So it's been going for about 4 hours or so, and our fridge is down to temp, which is actually really nice. So again, this video is sponsored by Jackery. A lot of you guys have told me to check out Jackery products. So when they reached out, said, hey John, do you want to review this? I said, yeah, knowing that you guys would not let me down. So this is their brand new Solar Generator 1000 V2. It's called the Solar Generator because it does come with the solar panels upwards of 200 watts. This thing has an output of 1500 watts, which is pretty crazy. But what's really rad about this is this thing goes from 0 to 100% in an hour. We have DC USB, one of them being a fast charging 100 watt USB-C out. So like if you have an iPad or a laptop, something like that, you want to plug it directly in. We also have USB-A's, and 2, we have the 110 outlets upwards of 1500 watts, having our fridge plugged into, and maybe a smoothie. So let's say we're at the campfire, right, or the campsite, get your smoothie going. We're gonna leave the fridge plugged in too, because it has all of our stuff in it, the Iceco fridge. Gonna put in some strawberries, banana, which way do you guys peel your banana? Some orange juice, and some good old kefir. So now, keep in mind, fridge is still plugged in. Take in 50 watts or so because I just had it open, so it's trying to cool down, and about 600 watts going out. Not even taxing this little thing, dude. That's kind of crazy. Still at 97%. Oh, that's pretty good. I can only imagine that like while you're out camping. It'll tell you the amount of time that you have left on this as well, which I think it's a pretty cool feature. So if it's just running the fridge on eco mode, it has about 15 hours per this thing. And then of course, as we saw, if you put the solar panel onto it, you basically, until the sun goes down, you have free power all the time with this. But how many life cycles does it have? Up to 4,000 life cycles. That's plenty for camping, plenty to keep it charged up. I live here in Florida, so if, unfortunately, we lose power due to a hurricane, and it takes about a week for them to put it back on. So the link for this product, guys, will be down in the description if you all want to check it out and pick it up. Jackery, thank you again for sponsoring this video. And guys, you definitely did not let me down. This has been great so far.
All right, and it's the next day, so we will go ahead and reset our fuel economy for our drive back up. I do have to fill up gas, so that is on me, but the vehicle will obviously be shut off and we'll get the gas. But there is some things that I noticed on my drive down with the trailer that I do want to talk about. So power-wise, this Land Cruiser does not know that trailer is behind it. The caveat to that, it does know it's behind it because I do fuel the trailer, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not a professional, guys. I do this for a hobby and I enjoy it. But I can tell that that trailer is back there, especially at about 60 miles an hour or so. I just feel like just a tiny micro vibration from it. It's not horrible, not as bad as Tim Esterdahl had. He had quite a bit of weight. He had a truck and a full-size car trailer on the Land Cruiser that he was trying out, probably very close to the 6,000 pounds. This is about half that, but going 60 miles an hour, I do feel it. Just a little bit in my seat moving. It does depend on the roads too, so I'm not sure if this is just because of this new frame that the Land Cruiser has. It's very stiff, kind of very rigid, but I do feel the trailer every once in a while, especially as I get higher up in the speeds, just kind of bouncing a little bit. Now, it is an off-road trailer. It has off-road tires. I checked the PSI and everything with them too. So the PSI and everything is good at about 53 to 55 pounds per tire, which is perfectly fine for the type of trailer that it is. And I believe this trailer does have also some suspension underneath. So it's a fairly smooth trailer. It's just like I said, certain parts of the road, and as you get up to speed, the truck, the Land Cruiser, if it gets like a bump, sometimes you'll just feel the trailer a little bit more, but again, you're towing. And it does seem like too that the blind spot monitoring comes on kind of as that truck hits the trailer. There's unfortunately like no trailer options in this like there is on the Tundra and the Tacoma, where you can like add a trailer to your trailer garage and like how big it is lengthwise and everything. I feel like this vehicle just gives a default of a trailer in the back, because it does seem like that the blind spot monitoring comes on as that vehicle was very close to the trailer. Dang. We could be towing this beast right here. Holy smokes, bro. And pulling into Crestview now. No traffic like the other day, but we will be stopping for gas, and we are at 16.1. And I'm assuming this is one of the biggest hills we'll find in my area of Florida, but cruising up it, no problem. Super low idle, and check the trans temp. Yeah, we're about just half for the trans temp. I wish that it did do actual numbers instead of just a bar, but it's all good. And then the Land Cruiser just shut itself off into EV mode. All right, now getting on the 10 freeway again with the Land Cruiser, but with the trailer now. I had to give a little bit more pedal. And I am nowhere near floored at all. I mean, it was just a tiny bit of pedal, and then upwards of almost 60. And then now we're just gonna cruise. 65 to 75. There is some construction, which I didn't really notice the other day. What's up, fellow camper? Going camping. So now we're maintaining close to 70, going up a little bit of a hill now at about 1700 RPM. Need to kick it down just a little bit to maintain our speed. RPMs go right up to about 2100 RPM or so. And now I can tell that I'm about to go over 70, so gonna let off the gas a little bit. But yeah, man, the power is definitely there on this Land Cruiser for sure, especially with that hybrid assistance with the 465 foot-pounds of torque coming on pretty early. Pretty good. And coming off the freeway now, gonna give it some brake. Check out the brake controller on the right-hand side so you could see the output bar kind of going up a little bit. If I give it a little bit more brake, goes up a bit, and man, this thing is stopping it very easily, especially with the electronic brakes on the trailer. I can't wait until I get a cold air intake in this, honestly. The Tacoma, I don't think I'm gonna have long enough for that when they come out and stuff for it from AFE or other brands that I like to work with in the past. But having a little cold air intake on this would actually be pretty cool. All right, pulling back in to Yoda Mafia now, and leave your guesses in the comments as to what the MPG is. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to back that up in there. We got some extra trucks up in here, but we're gonna go over to it. So after about 45 to an hour of driving, that is our transmission temp at 87 degrees or so. And we're gonna go on over to the MPGs right there, 15.6. So down almost 6 MPGs. Really, that's not horrible. Again, this Land Cruiser is stock for the moment, but you guys are seeing this video after we did the lift kit and the wheels and tires on this Land Cruiser, because Jackery is having their fall sale right now on Prime. So it's the Prime Day fall deals, and you guys could get upwards of 50% off of Jackery. So that's why I'm waiting to do this video right now for you guys in October. But 15.6 miles per gallon. The Land Cruiser towed it perfectly fine. Like I said, there was some bouncing here and there and stuff, but the power of this little 4-cylinder doesn't sound the best, I know. But the power that it has with the hybrid system, I would definitely like to camp with this some more. And that's one of the reasons why I brought this home, was to throw the dogs up in it and see if we were gonna have enough space. So yeah, Jackery, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Guys, I appreciate you all watching. Again, the link for Jackery's products will be down in the description, and also the fall Prime Day deals will be down there as well. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, see you later.